Hello everyone, welcome to episode 12 in our Total War Warhammer series. We're going to be continuing our spread of vampiric corruption throughout the world. However, I have been kind of looking at our overall expansion, and I think that we have been, although aggressive and successful, we may be slightly overreaching. We have areas of our faction, I guess you could say, that are completely surrounded on all sides by enemy forces. And I don't really have the capability of assaulting Beshafen right now to close that gap and unite my force, my realm, basically. So instead of continuing to look into further expansion, I think my current plans need to be more about consolidation of what I have, getting my income back into a positive number, and stopping these dwarven incursions from basically ruining my ability to continue to build forces.
I'll take Sigmar's throne.
So I think it's pretty critical that I maintain control of this province here. It's on the corner of my area, and I am going to move this army to Swarthofen to prevent them from attacking it.
I am unstoppable.
My main hero, or main lord I should say, I'm going to improve his... I'm going to continue to make him even more difficult to kill. I'm going to get weapon strength increased by 3%. So this is our Banshee, has no ability to move this turn.
Devourer of light.
So public order in this province is at -6, mostly from a lack of corruption. Corruption in this province is only at 8%, so we're going to continue to have problems with our public order until that is fixed. So I'm going to bring my White Lord back up here into the province of Southern Oblast and try to get that to be stabilized. It's a pretty important province since I own this capital of Kislev here. But again, it's not completely connected to my realm and it's surrounded by enemies, so I need to be careful about that. In regards to getting my income back under control, I feel like this province is going to revolt eventually anyway, and so I'm going to go ahead and just take the taxes. That's a gigantic amount of money that I'm making every turn. And with Grenzestad having a garrison and at rank 2, it's going to be a pretty difficult keep to take, relatively speaking.
Darkness comes.
Alright, so we brought our one army towards Swarthofen to prevent the enemy dwarf from attacking. And we're going to move our hero in that direction as well. We have $3,000. I think I'm going to...
Yes.
recruit a couple more troops. But to do so, I have to sit still.
Cower before me.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and end our turn. For whatever reason, the dwarves seem to be getting super aggressive right now, so we're going to have a kind of change in policy. And the enemy is going to destroy this, there's nothing we can really do. But we can get revenge. Alright, so a migration of vampires arrives. I'm going to take the do nothing because I don't want the -3 to public order. Schwarzhofen was attacked and damaged, so I'm going to have to repair it, spend money to do so. First I'm going to take my Banshee hero and I'm going to have her do an assassination attempt on this Empire unit. I guess it'll have to be next turn. Weird. Seems to have used all of this this unit's movement without doing anything. Alright, so at Averheim itself, again, I think that there's going to be a rebellion here. And since it's gonna be off on one side of my empire, and I don't plan on taking any more settlements in this direction for a while, I'm gonna go ahead and build a ghost fence, which is gonna improve the garrison. And it improves the strength of the projectiles fired, so that's going to make that a much more difficult thing to take. I'm going to move this hero down here to Grenstad and enter the city.
Yes.
Alright, and that's going to increase the speed at which the units heal. Alright, my second hero is going to engage the enemy. Maybe. And since he might be attacking soon, I'm going to take as many raised targets as I can.
Intriguing play.
And we'll see what he does. I can reach him from here, and my ally should be able to reinforce, so let's see.
Make them suffer.
And he's suffering attrition. So as long as he's in my lands, he's basically has units dying every single turn. And it says I'm too far away to attack him, but he's within attacking distance of Schwarzhofen, so I'm going to go ahead and put it into a marching stance and get inside the city.
Darkness comes.
Doing this will hopefully allow...
The true von Carstein.
I'm going to cancel the stance and move him, just to be sure, in a marching stance right next to the castle. That way, if this guy decides to attack my city again, he's going to have reinforcements. Alright, so I'm back at a positive income. My corruption is dropping, huh? It's not good. Public order is really good there. Schwarzhofen is in a very dangerous place. I'm going to go ahead and improve it to a corrupted village. That's going to be 3 turns. And because I don't really have anything to lose, I'm going to go ahead and build a cemetery here in Fort Oberstar, just so I can have the skeletons if I need them.
The von Carstein.
Alright, so my hero is in a city and out of moves. I've used all my money. It's probably going to be a good place for us to go to the next turn. It's interesting, this dwarf is doing all he can to keep running away from me at all directions, and he's just suffering so many losses by being in my lands.
Don't think so. They will serve.
Alright, I'm gonna have him return back to Castle Drakenhof,
March.
for the income bonus to one of my biggest provinces.
Bring me flesh to craft.
Alright, my secondary hero is going to attack Karagdran.
This night. This was my
Okay, so I can't reach it.
bow before me.
I feel like my primary army is weak at only 15 out of 20, so I need to move it to this town here.
It is night. Bow!
By moving into this area. Well, just outside that area apparently. I should be able to
Impress me.
hold that.
Everything dies.
I noticed that when this hero moved into the other area, the income changed for by about 40. So I think I'm going to use him as a defensive bulwark hero. He's going to basically, well, maybe it would be better to have him as a simple reinforcement army. Let him be full of fodder that I can use, and then have him follow my main army. That would be a much better idea. And he has bonuses to spell casting, so he can just basically heal my undead units, provide a large amount of just skeletons and zombies that I can have basically die while I position my fast moving units to. Okay. And if that's the case, then my legendary hero, or one of my legendary heroes, this legendary hero with his army, he's going to be defensive, and he's going to remain here in the east to prevent the dwarves. So I'm going to go around the opposite way, and I'm going to come right up next to this guy.
Move to the shadow.
And I'm going to get close enough to, I'm going to go inside Fort Oberstyre.
What?
Alright, and here's our Banshee. We get another opportunity. Assassination attempt was a failure, but she got a follower, which gives +1 public order in the local province. That's really nice. And leveled up. So I'm going to get Assassin, which will increase the chance that she can kill off the enemy heroes. That's what her primary purpose is going to be. Alright. So I've got my main hero, or main lord, traveling in this direction. I've got this lord here that I'm going to just fill with skeletons. I need to move him. I should have kept him here, to be honest, if I'm going to fill his army with skeletons, but I'm just going to get fodder for him. Some zombies. Alright, Kislev is doing well up here. Corruption is rising rampantly, which is awesome. It's going up towards a total of 50%, which is not bad for something this far out. And then now we've got our White Lord here, and he's going to drop in an amazing +7 to public order, so we can now tax this territory and gain 700 more income. So he's going to stay there and hold that, and that's going to be a bastion of northern power. This hero here, he's got a nearly full armory, and he's just holding on to this, and he's just going to hopefully get more and more powerful. I do, however, want to get him another unit of, when he gets more money, of those. I saw that he has a special unit he could use from Raised Dead because of a large battle that was fought there. So we've got that done. What does she display? She's being deployed. It allows the growth of this city to be increased. I actually want her to go all the way north. I want to increase the city. I want Kislev up here to become a powerful city, because it's completely surrounded by enemies in all directions. So if I make it fully corrupt, fully in my control, then it'll allow me to eventually, maybe 10, 15, 20 turns from now, to take this entire northern area with corruption to prevent my troops from being slaughtered, and any enemy troops that are in the area will begin suffering attrition and taking losses. So even maneuvering away from me, such as this dwarf here, will put him in a terrible position. Now, I have to say, even just by looking at his positioning, he's in a decent position because he's going to be able to use his underground ability to get him to the other side of this mountain range over here somewhere on the next turn, if I have to guess. And so I now am in a race to get to Essen and prevent him from destroying it. We'll see. Okay, so I'm going to have to continue to chase him with this army. And just, as long as he's in my lands, he's just going to keep suffering losses, and he's going to eventually die if he doesn't engage me. So, we'll have to see. It's going to be an interesting battle. He's got some strong forces. Alright, with that, I think it's time we should end our turn. Dwarves grow restless, I can tell. What I find is interesting is they have so much energy to come after me. Rebellion is imminent. The fact that they have so much energy to come after me relentlessly, like, where is the greenskins? Why are they not being attacked by the orcs? Ugh. Alright, now that we have a positive income, we can make assassination attempts over and over again. This time was again a failure. Ugh. Quite frustrating. So this realm is guaranteed pretty much to rebel next turn.
The world will drown in blood.
So with that in mind, I'm gonna stay in this province. Oh wait, no, darn it. So this is my primary hero. Made a pretty decent mistake there.
Be gone.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna attack. Is this an enemy? It is an enemy. I'm going after this northern guy, Zulfwar. He's got a little settlement that's kind of out by itself here. I'm gonna get to the very edge of my territory. Maybe. Darn it! I was supposed to move this lord into the territory and hire some new units, and I didn't, because I'm enter word here. So, moving on. We've got our hero here, and he's starting to build up a force. Dwarves went through and ran up over here. Now, if I go into my normal stance, I can engage him.
Destroy them.
Or I thought I could engage him. If I go to my marching stance, I cannot get to Essen, but I can get to Tempelhof. So did he manage to get all the way to the other side of the river? Wow, so he went underground and came up on the other side of the river. Which means if he wants to attack Essen, there's really nothing from me preventing me from stopping him, although he can't capture it.
Ready.
However, because that army is up there, it leaves a big opening down here. And if I knew what I was doing, I would be attacking. Darn dwarves are so good at defense, though. I'm going to move this hero out of Kislev. Well, first I'm going to train this unit of horsemen because they're amazing. And I'm going to move him to the far southern edge of this territory. Or maybe not. As soon as he left, Kislev, public order went negative, and I need that income. I guess he's pretty much stuck there. Wonder if I can hire a new hero. Can I hire a new hero? I could if I had more money. That's what I'm going to do. Next turn I'm getting a new hero. This guy is going on the warpath. He's headed to Essen. And this legendary hero is going to be attacking with me. That's so crazy. He has the capability. I have the capability of attacking him because he's so close, but yet I can't because he's right on the other side of the water.
Destruction.
Just gonna get another unit of bats because I can. So I guess that's the end of this turn. We'll have to see what happens. These dwarves are becoming a gigantic nightmare. And he's continuing to run. Yep, and he's going after Essen. It says this is a relatively even battle. I'll fight. I think it was the shading was. I don't see, because my zombies will never even get close. My only real unit that has a chance is the bats. And if they can kill the quarrelers, maybe they have a chance of then killing the thunderers and then taking out all the artillery. I guess the only thing I really have going for me is that my units are extreme veterans. Zombies will be number 2. Spearmen will be number 3. Will be number 1, I should say. And bats will be number 3. And then I'll try to hold them back as long as possible. I don't know how this is supposed to be a close battle, but we'll see. Zombies going in first, bats going in, or zombies lead the way, then the skeletons, and bats will come in, getting close and get in the trees. And they have a hero with them. Like, I don't even know if I could kill the hero with these units, to be honest. So I'm going to sacrifice 1 unit of bats to get the thunderers. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not having any bats die right now. It's just too early. So while they're turning to fire, I have all my other characters coming in, including the zombies, who I will have attack the artillery. Now the enemy is reforming to attack, so I'm having my bats come in and attack their artillery from behind. If I can take out their ranged, I may have a chance of actually killing them. I want to make sure my spearmen get closer. I don't want them to just get engaged from far away. Here come the bats. Now the bats are in the middle of all their ranged. So I split my bats up into 2 groups. I have my spearmen start charging. I want them to get past and into the range. Zombies, as they come in, are going to attack the up-close fighters. And here come the zombies now. Zombies again, I'm going to have them just charge straight past. A huge portion of them will simply attack the closest target, which will be the up-close fighters, which is not who I want them to fight. But a good portion seem to be running past, and now I can then have them engage. Alright, one of my units of bats is running away. Not that surprising, to be honest. I want my spearmen and my other troops to just continue pushing forward into the rear ranks. Get behind the dwarves, don't let them get consolidated. Trying to use my dwarves to most effect and get as many of their artillery as possible. And they're ranged. I continue to be hyper aggressive with my zombies, skeletons, and flyers, trying to continue to constantly push forward towards their range. And now I'm suffering devastating losses of morale on all the troops. So, and now all the guys that I broke and caused to run have now got distance and are simply picking my troops off. So, this one is a loss. I think that I saw the bar as halfway, but it was, yeah, there's not much chance of me actually winning this one. So we're definitely going to take a big hit to Essen. We're going to catch this guy. We're going to take him out, and his faction is going to take a big loss, and we're going to make some money. That was a rank 7 hero too, wow. He burned it to the ground. He did that so that the Empire could maybe get it back again. Alright. Interesting course of events. I have to redirect my forces now and march back to Averheim. Because if I don't, this rebel army is going to attack. I'm actually going to stop short. That way if they attack the city, I can kill them. If they try to go past me, I can stop them. This is frustrating. That's okay. Gonna attempt to kill the enemy again. Boom, gone. Okay, awesome. And level 4 now. We're gonna further increase that to 8%. Better than normal now. Okay. So all that work I did on Essen, and they completely obliterated it. But to be quite honest, I'm okay. I'm okay with that because the enemy doesn't have control of it. I mean, I'll have to rebuild it, but it's not the end of the world. This enemy, though, I did some pretty heavy losses to him, and he's suffering attrition now. He's running for his life back to his own territory, it looks like. So he's gonna get pretty far his next turn. I'm amazed that he was able to attack that city and then still keep moving. Usually every time I attack a city, I lose all of my movement by attacking. But, yeah. Let's see here. So public of -2 here. So I'm going to purchase a new hero. Maybe not. I don't have enough money? Wow, okay.
This better be important.
So I don't have enough money. I can't get down to him in time. And this area, because of that raising, is now super important. I have to hold on to this. So he goes back to Kislev. Okay, so let's see what we can do about this guy here. If I run as far as I can, I will not be able to engage him, but I can get in front of him.
Move to the shadows. Darts macabre.
I can get all the way in front of him And by doing that, he's going to have two options. He can either run south towards Eschen, which if he attempts to take, he might. Same thing with Waldenhof. Each of those is level 2. He may take them and cause some pretty heavy damage to them, but he's going to lose his army. And let's see here. I'm going to be taking out this rebel army shortly here as well. Okay, so yeah, we're kind of at a dead point for right now. I'm basically chasing this dwarf across the map, and through some pretty sneaky, almost amazing tactical decisions, he was able to get over, not only under this gigantic mountain, but all the way to the other side of this river. And I had to go around. Okay, well played. But then the fact that you can attack that city and then move after the attack, amazing. So we'll have to see what happens after this. And I'm basically completely broke. I have $11, so. And I'm glad that I took a strategy of more defense at the start of this episode, because if I had tried to push forward towards capturing more settlements or something like that, it would be devastating. One good thing I do see is I'm seeing enemies killing dwarves, the Empire killing dwarves, so that's very nice. I like that. And he is running back towards his own area. Okay, so I now have to serve in life and death, which gives plus 10 growth in all provinces and increases my income by 15% from repression buildings. And we are now working on baleful rituals. Alright, so he's continuing to suffer attrition as he runs south, and I'm going to go all the way down here to Castle Drakenhof. No, all the way down to, again, get past him. And I should be able to hopefully get him before he can get to Oakhammer. That's the hope. Alright, now I need to prevent this raiding because he's stealing my income, and not only that, it's frustrating.
They will know us.
So I attack. And let's go ahead and teach them a lesson. So his biggest strength is not going to be those mortars. You would think that those mortars are strong, and they are, believe me. If I was sitting in one spot, they would just devastate me. There's no way I could allow them to fire all of their ammo and survive. However, those Pistolier, Crusader, Cavalier guys, the riflemen on horseback, those are the most powerful unit, easily. The fact that you can't catch them while they shoot you to death, brutal. The actual best way I found to kill them is to ignore them. If you cause them to run away and do their skirmishing tactics of fire and run, and simply destroy their slowly moving allies, like their infantry, they'll simply have nothing left to do but run away from you, and you can force them to break and flee. So, we're going to start deployment. Our hero is going to be number 1, and he is going to be deployed straight in front of the army, front and center. I would really like him to get attacked if possible. Interestingly enough, we may actually, and I don't want to get my hopes up. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to allow us to deploy. They changed the circle of deployment to where you can no longer deploy outside, or maybe only on very specific maps. But that's okay. Group 2 will be our skeletons, which will form up in a long line directly in front of the enemy. Next will be our crypt ghouls, and I'm actually going to put them way down here because they're very fast, and I'm going to tell them to just charge in, and they're going to come charging in from that flank unexpectedly. And that's going to be my group 3. Group 4 is going to be my cavalry, and they're just going to kind of hang back here because they're fast, and they'll get there when they need to get there. And I'm going to put them in trees. What am I doing? It's craziness. So I'm going to hide them in trees. The fact that there's an eyeball above their icon down here shows me that they are hidden and that the enemy cannot see them unless they get close enough. And then my flyers. And I'm going to make 2 groups of flyers. That seems to be pretty effective. And I'll just give them different targets. Alright, and I'm going to also put them in the trees because otherwise the enemy artillery will simply kill them. Alright, let's do this. Alright, everybody's moving in. There's the artillery.
Yes, the world is mine.
Get my healing spell on the skeletons. Hidden units. Having my cavalry go. So now I have my flyers attack their mounted troops. Because they're fast, it's going to be pretty tough for them to do much. And here come the skeletons and the crypt ghouls. And they're charging in. Interesting. So you can see here the Pistolier troops. You can see my crypt ghouls coming in. And the Outriders are confident because they know, oh, they have no chance of doing anything effective. Here come my Blood Knights. And now the Flyers are coming in. And these trees are devilish against cavalry. It is so hard for them to maneuver around all these trees. Flyers, however, not so hard. So 1 unit of Flyers getting 1 unit of cavalry, 1 unit of Flyers getting the other. And now I'm just pushing forward towards their rear troops. Mortar troops are just getting obliterated. Handgunners are getting chased down by my cavalry. This should be pretty good. And as they close the last little distance, they lower the lances and boom! Instant, just destroyed their force. And there the Flyers go, chasing down their cavalry. With the bonus of the speed, they literally can catch them and just chase them and rip them straight off their mounts. And they're so veteran now that they're immensely powerful when they do get into battle. Now I have my crypt ghouls, which are extremely quick, faster than humans, moving in to attack. My hero as well, my Flyers, everyone just moving in to attack these handgunners, which seem to be one of their only units still willing to fight. We can get a really great view here if we turn the interface off of the yellow troops of the Empire running through the trees and the hills, trying to escape this gigantic horde of skeletons running after them. Here come the Flyers. They're getting close to the water. I wonder if that's the edge of the map. Oh, here come the Knights. The Knights are almost as fast as the flying units, to be honest. Especially with that Strider flag banner. Oh, these guys are in trouble now. So these were the rebels that were created by public opinion or public order getting too low. Yep, and then with that, it's destruction of their ability and will to fight. So, go ahead and end that battle. Alright, so we had about twice as many troops as they did, and they got 73 kills. It's not too but we wiped out 3/4 of their force. Some of their units were completely destroyed. But what I'm more interested about is crushing that rebellion, which is nice because I would get experience and I should get money and I should get a giant boost to public order by crushing that rebellion. Everyone kind of settles down for a little bit afterward. We're going to go for a leadership bonus. And actually we're going to go for replenishment. No, you know what? I don't know what I want. I'm gonna go with bonus money because we're pretty low on income right now.
I knew the
So he
way.
runs, and I think since he's still in my area, I can get close enough. This one I'm just gonna auto do. And we now have some rank 9 flying units. Some of our Vargas have been promoted to unit rank 9, which I believe is the highest rank they could possibly go. So those are some pretty terrifying flying units. Gonna take the other money.
Float in darkness.
Wow. So we actually got
Unstoppable.
our first blue item. So this seems like a good opportunity before we do anything else to end this episode. So thank you everyone who went ahead and watched through the entire thing. Next episode we're going to be looking at the items that we've acquired over our recent battles and start distributing those amongst our lords. And then we are going to... We're not at war with Wissenland. He can have these things, I don't care. So he looks like he's retaking areas that have been destroyed because he already owned Nuln. So he's just simply retaking things that are his. So I'm going to instead focus on maintaining the control of area I have and destroying these freaking dwarves that have just been rampaging through my area. So hope to see you next time and have a great day.